Hello. So, at this point, I am contemplating my album, and you might know that I'm a bit of a new agey person, and I use the signals that my body gives me to help me understand what's going on deeper than I'm looking at from the surface. My current one is, I don't even know whether I should tell you, it's an ingrown toenail. It's not very big, it's not a big deal, but I looked it up on the internet and found some really good resource, and it really touched me. It was about being defensive and defending your, well, that's the main word that came through to me, being defensive about what you're trying to achieve, kind of thing. So I had to a look at myself, which just brings up my emotions now. And so I'm actually making this video for myself. I'm making it so I can look at myself and say, this is what I want, this is what I dream of. You know, I've written a song called I Believe That Dreams Come True. It was the 3 words, dreams come true, the 3 words that I meant the most to me in my life over the last period. And so, you know, I believe in fairy tales. I believe in you. I'm going to be watching this back. So I'm just going to spell out my vision, my dream for my album, and go there. Like, I'm into the law of attraction, and I believe that you're more than just visualizing. It's like experience the feelings of the things you want in your life. So here we go. I'm going to name it, and then I'm going to publish it. I'm not going to try and make it small because it's sort of more achievable, or stick up for myself why I want this, that, and the other. I'm just going to name it, and I really need to do this. Okay, here we go. So, in my home studio here that I have, I'm conceiving songs. I have my children in and out giving me feedback, and friends, and my wider community. I'm coming up with ideas. I do meditations and inner journeying and talking and listening, and the ideas come through. Some of them are ideas I've been following for a while that are revealing themselves as flowers into openings. And so anyway, so that's my process. And then I'm calling in really talented and amazing musicians and technical people. And so whenever I need to have amazing keys player, I call in people. My first one's going to be Ollie Howe, and anybody for any instrument that I come across who plays beautifully, I call them in, I bring them into my studio, and I pay them, and they play with me. And some of them end up collaborating and writing with me, and I go out every now and again and I hunt musicians, and I find these really talented people and on the internet, and then I call them in, and they come and work with me. They can stay in my spare room, my studio, which has a bed, if they want to stay, and we're making fat beats, and we're having real sort of jazz funk moments, and we're doing all these wonderful things. So it's all getting stored on my computer. Everything's in it. I have Logic, and I have a really good Machine 3 for making beats, and all the sound technicalities I need on a really basic level. And then, so as the songs are developing and such, I'm also finding my team, because I'm recording my whole album live. So there's an amazing studio with brilliant knob twiddling engineer, sort of engineer, possibly a producer type person. I'm producing my album, and there's a co-producer who's got more sort of sonic, delicious tuning, and we're working together, and we get really excited, and we have we're into the same kind of music, so we're really excited about creating this fusion of so many beautiful styles of music. I'm able to, I've got singers that work with, making harmony, so the songs are developed. We've got these amazing musicians playing on them. It's the studio version of the album. Nothing is perfectly polished to finesse, because the next stage is that I get handpick the people that I think are going to be perfect for this, and we record the album live in the studio. Now that gets me so excited, and so we rehearse we do a little bit of rehearsal because these guys are so pro, they're on it. But, you know, we're going to structure, because there's going to be solos, because it's going to be a quite musically orientated album. There's going to be solos. So we're going to have a sense of rehearsal, and I'm going to have to direct this band so that we know our freedoms and limitations within the structure. And we practice all the songs with the whole team, which is absolutely divine. And then we organise a recording, and we do it live in the studio. We invite a very select, small audience in for the recordings. We do three tasty versions of the album, which may or may not have the odd overdub, but ideally there would be whole entire albums. So we'd only make one album, but we pick the best of the 3 live in the studio performances. That is just divine. Imagining all these amazing people in a room, kind of really excitedly just making this music come through. I'm a much better live performer, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to mic everything up, because, you know, it can be done with one, but there might be several mics. But this is a live recording. I know Snarky Puppy does this, so they're a good example. I also have been researching you know, some other albums like Grace by Jeff Buckley that was recorded live in the studio, and lots of Motown with tiny overdubs. So anyway, that's my vision. So we were recording the album, and then, you know, some of the songs have visual things alongside, you know, like videos and stuff. It goes on anyway, you know. I've got people helping me with my image. I'm definitely trained by drag queens to do some good performance and really amazing show clothes and amazing performances. And we already have the live album rehearsed and ready to go. We're doing performances. We might, in the process, we might be doing the odd show with some of the team members that I find. We'll be doing some little shows and performing the album live, so getting it in motion, in flux, before it even is bound to, well, not tape. We don't do tape anymore. So yeah, that's my vision. It goes out to the world. The next bit doesn't matter. I'm just like, I really want to make this record how I dream of it. I want to be going, yeah, amazing musician ABC, I want you to play this. And they go, yeah, I know what you mean. They do, and they go, and I yeah. So anyway, I've probably said enough. No limitations. That's what I want. I want to dream big and achieve my dreams.